Almanak is a vibe coding company. You can think about it as a cursor for DeFi. You can fire majority of your team now. You can use just Almanak, and it's gonna be cheaper, faster, and way smarter than most of your team. The most important for us was rewarding people that have proven track record of using the platform. If you are patient and if you understand finance, it's gonna give you crazy leverage. A lot of venture funds also are contacting us that they want to deploy a vault with us. You likely gonna see a big VC name branded vault. I think the TGE is gonna happen probably in the second week of December, second or third week of December, after the Pendle market expires. We're also gonna have Ethereum vault likely, and from January we hope Q1 we're gonna start having permissionless vaults, and then the growth gonna be natural. Our perfect listing approach is actually gonna be quite unique.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Founders Show. Every week we host live X Spaces with crypto executives, and we've been doing this for almost 1 year. Today we are launching a new format, deep dive interviews with founders that will be probably shaping the next wave of crypto innovation. So let's just jump right in. Today we have a very special guest, Neo from Almanak. Almanak is a very promising startup in the intersection of AI and DeFi. So please welcome Neo. Neo, how you've been doing today?
Awesome. Yeah, great to be here. Pleasure to meet you and pleasure to attend.
Thanks for taking the time to join us. I think the last couple of weeks have been crazy for you since you're approaching the TGE and you have lots of product releases coming out soon. And I also had the privilege to speak with some of your team members, and I have a feeling that you've been working nonstop 24/7. So how is the team feeling right now? Because this is a very difficult period before approaching the TGE.
Yeah, we are feeling very confident and pretty excited. Actually, I don't think this period is way different than any other period in the startup life cycle. Startups have constantly very exciting periods and very stressful periods. You just need to get used to it, and that's the part of the job.
Awesome. I like the vibes. So for people who might be new to Almanak, how would you describe in simple words what problem you're solving? Or maybe you have a one-line description of Almanak for people outside of the narrative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Almanak is a vibe coding company. You can think about it as a cursor for DeFi. So basically we are utilizing AI to build, discover, and optimize sophisticated trading strategies and deploy them in form of tokenized vaults. We are using AI, what AI is the best at. We are utilizing AI to basically code faster strategies, and we are utilizing AI to discover alpha and opportunities on the market. We wrap everything in the form of the fully tokenized vault. So basically, once you create a strategy, you can deploy it in form of the vault and become the vault manager. And apart from that, we have a very strong backend, which is called structured AI workflow for quants. Mm-hmm. So basically, this is one of the most powerful IP that we have that mimics the traditional hedge fund architecture, but instead of built for quants, it's built for AI. So basically, our AI can design the strategy, build the strategy, optimize the strategy, deploy it, monitor, and so on. So it's AI structured workflow. It's like traditional trading, but for AI. So I would say those are the main components that we've been working on over the last 4 years. But the one-liner is very simple. We are a cursor for DeFi. Basically, you can build and deploy and discover sophisticated trading strategies and asset management strategies and deploy them in form of the vault.
I love this punchline, this cursor for DeFi. Who came up with this?
I think it was one of our community members, actually.
Really?
We've been discussing some of the product features, and he was like, okay, so basically you are a cursor for DeFi.
Awesome. Yeah, I like it. But if you look at the underlying technology, actually Almanak is a pretty complex product. And as far as I know, you've been building it for years, maybe 4 years or something like that.
4 years.
So
yeah.
when actually did the idea of Almanak first appear? How did you decide that this product has to exist?
Yeah. So we are in the space for years. I am personally in the space for 9 years. So I've been always very close with DeFi, and I have degree in mathematics. So I've been always working in DeFi with numbers. And 4 years ago, I met my co-founder, who's an AI engineer, and we set up Almanak first as an AI company that would use agent-based simulations to optimize trading strategies.
Uh-huh.
So basically, we've been working with funds, hedge funds, asset managers, and we've been taking their assets and optimizing them using agent-based simulations or using AI. And that was at the time. So from early days, we've been working with big capital. From the early days, we've been working with hedge funds and with big allocators. And that was the time when ChatGPT craziness started. And we asked ourselves the
Mhm.
question, how those big money going to be utilizing this AI? We had a privilege to work with them, so we could ask them, okay, guys, what would make you comfortable depositing money into the AI? And they said, we will never deposit money into the AI. AI is unpredictable. There's no one to sue if the AI is going to lose money. So basically, that was the start of the idea of, okay, so then we just need to utilize AI with what AI is the best at. And AI is the best at coding. AI can code 100 times faster than a human being. And AI is way better with reasoning. AI can think 1 billion times faster than a human being.
Mhm.
So we just took those two principles. So this is a very pragmatic approach, taking AI taking the features of AI that AI is the best at, and we apply them to Almanak. So we have created AI agents that codes for you things 100 times faster and discover things for you 1 billion times faster, but they provide you exactly the same code as any other hedge fund would use. So the code is fully deterministic. You can run an audit on this code. You can run a simulation of this strategy. You can backtest this strategy. It's fully verifiable. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what we are doing, the product market fit, what we are proposing to those guys is, hey, you can fire majority of your team now. You can use just Almanak, and it's gonna be cheaper, faster, and probably way smarter than most of your team.
Yeah, I really love the idea that you're not actually using the AI agents to trade like crypto assets or DeFi strategies.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
all the people that are doing that. In my opinion, they will never see big money allocating there. And this is not only actually my opinion. This is the opinion. Like we speak with big money. We work with big money. Like
and
AI, you have indirect prompt injections problem. You have hallucinations, and the bigger is the asset under management of the agent, the bigger is the honeypot. So the more the risk of people trying to manipulate it grows with the AUM. So the only way to manage big assets is having deterministic and verifiable strategy, which is as in any other hedge fund.
yeah, and I think we have enough evidence that prove that actually LLMs trade no better than humans. We had a pretty lot of
Yeah, it's not
competitions.
gonna work. You can,
Yeah,
it's like with trading. Yeah, you are making the decision eventually at the end. Yeah.
yeah. So you said you've been building it for 4 years, so probably since 2021, right? And then you've also witnessed so many trends and narratives changing, like DeFi, NFTs, gamify, DP in AI, so many of them. Did you have some situations where you actually wanted to pivot or change the positioning of Almanac?
Hmm. No, we are 15 quants. We know what we are doing. We are mathematicians, data scientists, quants, AI developers. We are
Hmm.
good with what we are building. Yeah.
Okay.
So pivoting wouldn't make sense. Also, we are not another crypto project that just chases the hype. We are actually building something that is meant to survive years or like become a self-sustainable ecosystem. So from the early days and early beginning, we've been building a sustainable long-term project that's supposed to last for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pivoting was never we've been always focused on utilizing AI to manage assets. We just find our way how to do it in the best way.
Awesome. It resonates with me being in the crypto
Mhm.
venture space for some years. So, can you tell me a little bit more about the people behind Almanac? I think it's rare to see such a strong alignment between different aspects of the team, like AI, engineering, DeFi expertise, strategy. So, how did the founding team come together? And
Mhm.
how did you find the right people in the first place?
Yeah. So I've met my co-founder, who's a CTO, while we've been working together in Delphi Digital, and we decided to set up Almanak together. I am a mathematician. I've been working with a lot of DeFi protocols. I've been also doing a lot of asset management before Almanak. So I have those very deep DeFi knowledge. Where Lars, our CTO, he's a computer science engineer with deep AI knowledge. So we decided to set it up. Third co-founder joined us, our COO, Lucas. He's a security lawyer, so he knows how to basically structure everything in a legal way. We are a very kosher product. We are meant to work with institutions, so he's responsible for that. And then our team started to grow towards engineers, experts in different fields. We have 3 PhDs that are responsible for the research. One of them has a PhD from Cambridge in physics. He's responsible for building the blockchain infrastructure. Another to have PhD in neuroscience. One is responsible for building the AI infrastructure, and another is responsible for building the quant infrastructure. So we have a very strong team of quants, machine learning engineers, developers. And apart from that, there are a lot of people that joined us that, for example, quit DBS Bank or even quit Google. So yeah, I think like-minded people like to join other like-minded people. So once you find one good person, it's easy to convince others to join you. And the most important is that everyone in the company likes what they're doing. It's just fun. Yeah, they see that we are building something cool. So yeah,
I had a chance to feel this sentiment among the team members that they actually share the mission and they're very excited about what they're doing. And just yesterday, we had a space with VCs and syndicates, angels, and all of them said that team is the most important aspect before actually investing in any venture. So yeah, this resonates
that's
with
true.
me a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You need to be very flexible. Like the product vision will change from the day of pitching it to investors to actual delivery. It always has to be a little bit flexible. But the most important is the team being resilient, being able to execute. The rule I try to apply is like when I hire people, it's what Mark Zuckerberg said once time that, would you like to work for this person? If yes, hire this person. So this is what we are trying to do, and so far it's going well.
Yeah. Some philosophy from Neo. I think sea snipers will quote this a lot. I think during this like 3 months of the cookie campaign, lots of things we've seen so far, and at some point you've achieved 170 million in TVL. And I think you've built a very strong, loyal community that supports you with like investments, liquidity, participation in different strategies on Pendle and Curve. So I think you really closed this path from 0 to 1. And what was the key unlock to complete it? Was it like the product itself, the timing, the ACM campaign, or maybe like all together?
Yeah, I think that for us, we got it moment was when AI actually created the first strategy that was working end to end. Yeah. So that was, I think it was January, even February. And in March, AI has built the current vault. Yeah, the current all USD. It was, I would say 80% built by AI, 80-90%. The rest was the integrations. There was a lot of backend work. We are getting to above 90 now when it comes to like finishing the strategies end to end. So that was the most important. Yeah, it was like, okay, we got it. We can release it. We can show people that AI can build strategies that make money. Yeah, so that was the most impactful for us product-wise. When it comes to public campaigns, the most important for us was rewarding people that have proven track record of using the platform. So we've been very selective with who are we rewarding for working with us. And we also merged it together with the deposits into the vaults, and with using the platform, with building the strategies, depositing into the wallets. So that allowed us to build like a faithful community that actually knows what they are talking about and they understand what we are building. And that's not only scales greatly when it comes to people talking about us, but they can also understand, okay, this is not, a product that can be built overnight. This product is very complex. Guys need probably some time. Yeah, it requires tests. Crypto Twitter is very impatient, but our community, because of those who actually tested it and tried it, they understand that this is massive. It requires massive work, massive amount of time, testing, development, integrations. It all takes time.
Okay. What caught my attention is you said like the first boost was when you developed a really profitable strategy, and it was developed
Mhm.
by AI by 90%. So, in your experience, if people just start building these strategies, what percentage of them will be really profitable, and what it really
Mhm.
takes to build a profitable strategy?
It's up to you eventually to provide the AI with the alpha. If you build the
Hmm.
strategy that loses money, it's your problem. You build a strategy that loses money. It's like trading. If you trade, you can lose money or you can get some money. You invest in projects that you did the research on. Yeah. If you invest in bad projects, you're gonna lose money. So it's exactly the same. You are investing your time to build a strategy. If you build a good strategy, you're gonna test it, you're gonna run a back test, you're gonna run a paper trading, maybe you're gonna deploy with like a small amount of money first. You need to be the human in the loop that makes the decision. AI
Yeah.
is not some holy grail that's gonna be making you money. It will never exist, yeah? So yeah, the profitability is up to the user. We will help you discovering new alpha. We are currently
Hmm.
working on a new team of agents called alpha seeking agents, and those agents will propose you new alpha, but it's up to you to make the decision whether I want to trade this strategy or not.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. But once the AI kitchen goes public, I believe anyone will be able to wipe code their own strategies and maybe even like tokenize it to the vaults. So,
That's
um,
correct.
yeah. So if everyone starts publishing the vaults based on their strategies, how do you protect the users and the platform from poorly designed strategies? Because even like the
Mhm.
responsibility is always on that person who develops it. People can still like start losing money, and it can harm the reputation of the whole platform.
So if you we need to divide it into deploying public strategy into
Yeah.
the vault and deploying private strategy. If you have a private strategy, it's fully permissionless. You can deploy the wallet and the strategy and you can connect it and we cannot do much about it. It's like blaming Binance
Hmm.
for listing the token that goes down. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
you can't blame them. Yeah, it's up to you to do the test. Up to you. Again, we are not providing you a machine that makes money. We are providing you a machine that helps you build trading strategies faster and discover the alpha faster. Yeah, it's a tool that if you are patient and if you understand finance, it's gonna give you crazy leverage, 100 times
Hmm.
faster deployment and billion times faster reasoning. But you need to know what you are doing. When it comes to deployment of the vaults, we will be curating vaults at the beginning. We will some competition and we'll be checking if the vault has some at least described risks accordingly. We also will require users to, in order to deploy the vault, to stake Almanak token. And if the risk is materialized and it's bigger than the actual risk stated by the vault owner, those tokens will be slashed. Yeah, so for example, if the vault owner is saying that the maximum drawdown is 2%, but it's actually 3%, the 1% will be covered from the staked tokens.
Hmm.
Apart from that, we will have some other like risk metrics that will be obligatory to meet in order to protect the users from the deposits. So the vaults, we will make sure that are secured, or at least the risks are being described accordingly so people know what they are buying. Yes, we will enforce vault creators to provide those metrics. But on the wallet side, we can't blame people for buying product like tokens that are going down. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's up to you. You are, it's fully non-custodial. It's your money, your wallet. Yeah,
I have a
it's
feeling
up.
that the main value proposition for retail is actually just participating in the vaults. So
That's
some
correct. Yeah.
smart guys like asset managers, they develop strategies, and I, as a retail user, I just park my stables to earn like a decent APY without making any manual moves. But the
I
main
mean,
value
like,
proposition of the AI kitchen is
yeah,
actually for professionals like traders or
not
asset
not
managers.
necessarily. I would say we are very. I like to divide user base into two types of users: users with short attention span and users with long attention span.
Hmm.
Yeah, user with short attention span would deposit into the vault. Users with long attention span, we're going to provide you with tons of learning materials. We'll provide you with tons of SDKs. You'll be able to learn it. After a day with AI Kitchen, you will be able to deploy the strategy that makes money. Yeah, you'll be able to run a simulation and test. You will be able to see if it's profitable. Then you can deploy some assets. After a month, okay, it's working. Then I can deploy the vault. So if you are patient and you have long attention span, this is platform for you. You don't have to have finance degree. You don't have to have, a PhD or run a fund. No, you just need to be able to learn and willing to learn. Then the platform is for everyone.
Okay. I've also heard a little bit of FUD within the community that the APY is going down. And I mean, actually, it's normal. Like the TVL goes up, APY normalizes. But people say that now it's compatible to existing strategies on, like, let's say, Morpho or just some lending protocols. So what's the value proposition here for retail and like big funds to use Almanak? Is it just more about developing complex strategies, automation, velocity, execution, or it's still about APY?
It's the first, yeah. Like the first vault we have designed with using our AI was meant to be very low risk. Yeah, and if something is low risk, it usually has low APY. Yeah, so that was exactly the intention. The vault is parking money into very low risk strategies that generate on average 7 to 10. Yeah, depends on the market conditions. Yeah. There is another vault, the AllUSD Plus, which was making 30% for a while, but it was way more risky. That's the reason it was capped on 10 million, and we haven't been promoting it, and that was the intention. It's up to the users to design strategies. We see the demand for two types of strategies. One with very high capacity, low risk, which you see on the platform of AllUSD, and one with lower capacity, like between 100,000 to 5 million, with high risk and high APY. Yeah, like I said, we wanted to create this one vault that has high capacity, so it doesn't structure the market too much. That we can show that it can be a tokenized AI strategy. You can go to Pendle, Curve, you can loop it, and so on. So it was a demo vault, yeah. But for us, it was very important to make it extremely low risk, so big money would not be afraid to deposit there. All the fathers that are screaming that the yield is low probably deposited like a couple of hundreds of bucks. Yeah. All the big allocators that we speak with that deposited $10 million, they are perfectly fine with 8%.
Of course. Yeah. That beats inflation, that beats TradFi strategies.
Exactly. Yeah. Plus points.
So you're always saying that Almanak is ready for institutional grade money because of the security, easiness to develop strategies, and so on. So what's the strategy to go from 1 to 100, to go from 150 million TVL to billions?
Yeah. So the most important for us is to make the vault's deployment permissionless. Yeah. But for that, like I said, we need to have a curation system that we plan to be ready in Q1, so after the TGE. And then people would be able to deploy vaults with, like I said, with different risk parameters, or for example, vaults that are focused on particular DAOs. So, for example, we envision Etina, for example, creating a USDE-oriented vault with huge capacity that would loop USDE across many different venues. We are in talks with Pendle, deploy, for example, vault that would be exclusive to Pendle only and would trade only, for example, stables on Pendle. We are also in talks with multiple different asset managers that would, like the curators from Morpho, that would deploy vaults only into their pools. Yeah, so the permissionless vault curation is the most important factor that will scale us up. But for that, like I said, we need a little bit more time. It's a very sensitive and complex product. And like I said, it's scheduled for Q1. And for now, we are focused more on developing very sophisticated AI tooling. And that's going to be ready, I think, next week. We're going to be opening up the kitchen for everyone, and you will be able to deploy it on the wallet. Yeah, so people would be able to go very creative with their wallets but to deploy a vault, they need to wait a little bit more time. But we're gonna have like a month or two for, people gonna have a month or two to test with their own assets, and then once the vaults are ready to be deployed missionlessly, they can just migrate
Yeah.
with their strategies.
So once the AI kitchen is open to everyone and you will be adding more vaults available to public, do you ensure the competition? And do you think there is a chance that there will be a first mover advantage? Like few vaults, they will grab all the liquidity, and for
Mhm.
newcomers, it will be kind of difficult to compete with them.
Not necessarily. So you always will be able to buy Almanak Token, stake it, and streamline the emission towards new vaults. Yeah.
Mhm.
So there is always first mover advantage. Yeah, in every single product, but we are working with optimization companies that are helping us to create the VE token model in a way that would be very adaptable to market changes and optimized for
Mhm.
growth.
Okay. And are we going to see a new vault soon developed by professional asset managers or institutional funds, something like that?
Yes, for sure. We have a lineup of potential customers and users that are waiting to to open up kitchen for them. We already have some first users. They are already testing it. Those are professionals, and we have a line of, I don't know, tens of teams that wants to use the platform. We know that a lot of people are already using the platform to build strategies and prototype them. So yeah, platform already has a lot of usage. We are very happy with that. But I think the wow moment will be when they're gonna start deploying the vaults in a fully permissionless way.
If I'm a newcomer to Almanak and I open the website and then I see some vaults developed by professional funds and I can really participate in the strategies of, let's say, A16Z, it's kind of bullish, especially if you post
Yes, it's
something of that
yeah.
before TGE.
A lot of venture funds also are contacting us that they want to deploy a vault with us. A lot of venture funds recently got mandate to start doing liquid strategies and trading strategies. So we see this huge movement. We know that a lot of VC funds haven't had the best season recently. So a lot of them
Exactly.
are like reallocating towards liquid. So this is also very bullish to us. We are already working with few. They are already using the platform and building the first strategies, and you're likely gonna see a big VC name branded vault, I think.
Amazing. Yeah, you're totally correct. Lots of VCs didn't actually show positive ROI in the last 2 years. And I've heard lots of
Yeah,
them are transitioning to liquid strategies, either OTC deals or DeFi yield
yeah.
strategies. And it's actually good for you, for Almanac.
Yes, that was that. We saw it coming 3 years ago already, and we knew that it's gonna be a trend. So they don't need to hire quants now, which are extremely expensive, and they don't need to develop everything from scratch. They can just use Almanac.
Yeah. Well, this brings us to market dynamics. And I think one of the things Almanac does better than many other projects. So you've experimented with different multipliers, points, cookie campaign. I know you're also working with different KOL communities. So you're building local communities nowadays. So what have you learned from this? Maybe any surprises or lessons? Maybe something didn't go as expected.
There's always something that doesn't go as expected, but fortunately, it usually went better than we anticipated. Of course, we put a lot of work into it, but I cannot recall anything that we've been very disappointed with. What we learned is that rewarding people based on their on-chain activity is great.
Mhm.
Uh, like if people deposit into the vault, if people clear the wallet, if people run a strategy, then they are getting multipliers for their yaps. They are
Yeah.
multipliers for their points and so on. So yeah, that works very well. Fortunately, after InfoFi took over Twitter, Twitter became not the best place to. I really missing the times when people were sharing papers on Twitter, not
Oh, yeah.
very very blurry AI generated text. But thanks to allowing giving 20x or even 25x multiplier on yaps or snaps for people that actually deposited into Almanac, dramatically changed the quality of people. Yeah, they actually had to use the platform. They actually had to read about it. They actually had to put their money where their mouth
Yeah.
is. And so that was that was very impactful.
Yeah. I like the flywheel that you have. You're actually like giving an opportunity to anybody to participate. Wealthy people could invest through Legion. Others could like deploy some liquidity to vaults or participate in Pendle Curve. Degens, they can still provide some valuable content. So that's a rare case.
Yeah, yeah. Also, Pendle was very good. People are very bullish on YT. We've seen a lot of deposits there. So yeah.
But why do you have such a strong focus on Pendle YT? Like just in general, I'm not speaking about the current break-even point, but just in general.
So we like to reward people that believe in the project the most. Therefore, who believes in the project the most? The people that are bullish points. Yeah. They likely have read the papers, which, by the way, there are 4 of them on the page. There's light paper, token economic paper, AI paper, I think something else. There's a lot of them materials, so they understand the technology and they are looking to get exposure early. Therefore, YT is for them. Yeah, so we want to reward them the most because they are the most likely to be our most faithful users with the best understanding of the product.
Understandable. But I have a question. Why is the break-even point is kind of low right now? I think it's even below the last sale on Legion. So what does this signal? Is it like a cooling hype, or maybe like a perfect entry point, or it's just different perspectives of the same thing?
Again, crypto Twitter is very impatient. Yeah. They think that building billion-dollar companies happens in, I don't know, 2 months. We currently are being focused on locking up the TGE date. The TGE is going to happen probably in the second week of December, second or third week of December, after the Pendle market expires. We haven't announced it yet, so people are basically impatient and they prefer to do some other things unless they have the exact date. So I think that's one of the reasons. But the biggest reason is that we are heavily working with a lot of funds and a lot of big allocators, and those guys usually deposit into all USD or into PT. Yeah. And yes, so a lot of those guys do not have a mandate to go on YT long, but they have a mandate to get some points exposure from all USD or to get the fixed yield on PT. Yeah. And those guys are decreasing the entry point for YT. For us, it doesn't really make any difference because they need to deposit into all USD first. So the revenues for the ecosystem are still intact. But I think once the TGE date is being locked in, we're gonna see a huge spike on YT. So I'm hinting you that it's gonna happen second or third week of December, definitely before Christmas. So we should announce the date probably later this week, next week, the exact date. We are in the final steps of locking it in, and then you're gonna see the excitement. So I think now is the good time to buy YT.
Awesome. So we have to edit the video ASAP, post it so people know about this. Okay, well, once the token is live, the TG happened, and the current yield and points loop end, since I think the pool on Pendle expires on 11th of December. How do you plan to sustain engagement? Will there be any new reward season for like on-chain activities or points farming?
Yeah, so we will still have the points emission. Those emissions gonna be adjusted in the voting system. So there's gonna be the token model. People are gonna be voting for new vaults. We will have a couple of more vaults coming and being open. So for example, there's a base vault that is about to get caps lifted soon. I hope next week. It's still in test. Like I said, it's a sensitive thing. We don't want to rush anything. We're also gonna have Ethereum vault likely, and from January we hope Q1 we're gonna start having permissionless vaults, and then the growth gonna be natural. The emission gonna be likely smaller post TGE, but will maintain to basically bootstrap the permissionless vaults ecosystem. But all the revenues from the ecosystem gonna go back to the token and back to the ecosystem.
to buy back the token and then redistribute to the vaults?
Yes and no. There will be multiple different ways what you can do with the token. Community is going to be voting on it, and buyback will be one of the options. Yeah.
Okay. Are you considering just the buyback and redistribution or the buyback and burn model?
It's up to the community.
Okay, gotcha.
The community
So,
gonna vote, like community gonna vote what they want to do with it, but there will be
yeah,
multiple different ways what you can do with the token. But everything, all the revenues from both the platform and the vaults, gonna go back to the treasury, and treasury under the management of the VE tokens.
okay. Well, that sounds cool. So you decided to postpone the TGE a little bit, not that much, but probably around a month or something. And you explained that you just want to secure better listings and to remain the float of tokens pretty low, right? So what is the perfect listing in your view?
So
And how it differs from the option you had like a couple of weeks ago?
yeah, so first of all, a couple of weeks ago was the most dense time for the negotiations. So the best projects are planning to launch in the same time.
Yeah.
And basically there was no slot available that we would like to have. Yeah, we've been getting slots that were not ideal for us. Therefore, we decided that in the 6 weeks, considering the last 4 years, we put our heart into build it. It's nothing. Yeah, so we just decided to postpone it slightly, basically focus on delivering more features for the product. So that was, totally okay, at least from our perspective. And when it comes to the perfect launch, we have we have good listing partners already. I cannot disclose anything more about it. Our perfect listing approach is actually going to be quite unique. So what we will do, we will launch a campaign called Almanak Games. And Almanak Games will be a campaign focused on building new trading strategies and asset management strategies using AI Kitchen, heavily incentivized to do so. And users will be earning extra rewards. There will be extra rewards pool for deploying those strategies with Almanak Token. So basically, at the day of TGE, we will create a separate pool for the users that if they create a strategy using our AI that trades or operates on Almanak Token, we can do looping, you can do liquidity provision, you can do trading, but as long as Almanak Token is being involved, you will participate in Almanak Games. So from the day one, Almanak will have majority of the trading volume going to be algorithmic. There's going to be algorithmic looping, algorithmic liquidity provision, algorithmic trading, hopefully. And that is our perfect scenario. This is very unique. Yeah. So we have this approach of like, we believe we're going to start a new paradigm in launching tokens. Yeah, people are going to come to launch tokens with Almanak Tech because basically from the day one, we're going to have tons of algorithmic trading volume, which, let's be honest, is the future. Future is that 99% of transactions going to be run by the algorithm.
Isn't it an alternative to traditional staking of the token when projects try to reduce the selling pressure by offering staking options?
Staking
But more
going to be there.
profound.
Staking also going to be there. We just want users to utilize what we are best at, which is coding, trading strategies, and asset management strategies. And we're going to be rewarding them if they use our token to trade them. Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I want to also ask about the token. Will it be available on different chains? And if yes, where are you going to provide the most of the liquidity? Is it Ethereum based, some other chains?
It's for sure going to be on Ethereum, and we are still in discussions about other chains.
Okay, gotcha. So if we look like 12 months after TG, what does success look for Almanak in your opinion? Is it about more strategies, asset managers joining the platform, TVL growth, or maybe something else?
Yeah, so we are working with very reputable companies that helps us to optimize the V token model to achieve full sustainability. So for us, the success is there's more tokens flying into the treasury than flying out of the treasury. Yeah. So for us, the success metrics is that if the emission is smaller than the revenues, that will be being focused on.
Gotcha. What do you think about the whole narrative of DeFi x AI in general? What's your prediction for 2026 about this narrative?
We are trying not to be narrative focused. We have been building it for a couple of years, and we've been always just focused on building good products. I don't have opinion about the narrative. I have opinion about products, and I think our product is very simple message. It is to help you to make money. Yeah, it is to help you to deploy strategies faster. It is to help you to discover strategies faster. Yeah, we are not a narrative-oriented project. We are a project that is oriented to build a sustainable long-term product.
I like this vision. So before we wrap up, maybe let's finish with something that community loves. You've already dropped some alpha about the TGE and Almanak Games. Is there something else you can also share that you haven't shared before?
Yeah, so next week we're going to be slowly opening up the AI kitchen for the broader usage. We want people to basically learn how to build those strategies. So for the Almanak Games, everyone will be ready. Pendle market expires at 11th of December, so likely Almanak Games gonna start right after. There's gonna be a pre-deposit period where you're gonna be able to create a wallet, deposit the wallet, and start building the strategy. And after that, we will be heavily incentivizing deploying the strategy with Almanak Token right at the TGE.
Perfect. Well, I think this was quite insightful, and I thank you for taking the time to join the interview, walk us through Almanak. And I think what really stands out about Almanak is how deep the thought process is behind every decision, from building the tech to incentivizing the community, to ensuring the security, thinking about both retail and institutional grade money. I also really like the transparency of the team and that you're ready to share the time, share thoughts with the community. So for everyone listening to this podcast, make sure to follow Almanak, follow Neo, to stay up to date with the upcoming launch and product releases. And if you enjoy the interview, don't forget to follow the Founder Show. We run weekly X Spaces, and we've started these interviews that will be released also within the next couple of weeks. Thanks again, Neo, for joining us. Best of luck to
Thank you for having
the
me.
whole team, and Almanak. I'm Mike, the Founder Show, and see you in the next one.